Welcome to the Preeminence Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, founder of Ascend. Be sure to grab your ultimate guide to preeminence at preeminence.tv. Today we're talking about Who's Got Your List, Part 1. So tune in, listen up, and get ready to take a focused action on your mission, message, and presence, and create accelerated results toward preeminence right now. Today we're going to do something a little different. A few months ago, I created a book called More Clients Today, 47 free and cheap premium client sources, and the simple strategies to get even more clients starting today. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but I'm going to break this up into two parts. It is roughly an 18-minute training, and this training is going to help you understand how to use other people's lists. How do you leverage your value in other people's lists and do it in a way that you can benefit yourself, you can benefit the buyer, and you can benefit the person you're partnering with. So this is part 1 today, and tomorrow we get part 2. Go ahead and check it out. When we look at getting more clients, we're really talking about increasing your influence or getting even more clients and customers, members, students, patients, or donors. Any way you want to grow your business or organization, usually you need more people. So we're talking about the people. And the fastest way I found to do that is using OPL or other people's lists. Now, when you're talking about using other people's lists, what you're doing is you're transferring your value. Think about all the perspective, all the influence you have, all of the products and services you've created. That experience and those skills have tremendous value. And when you find someone you can pair your skills and your value with a market who is ripe for that information you have, that value you have, and you can see that whatever you have can benefit someone, not compete with what they're doing. So let's say if I'm a video marketer, I don't go to another video marketer who does just the same thing saying, hey, will you promote my stuff? That's not how we do it, all right? I do show you how to do this, but what I want to do is go through what I did. And how I did that is very simply find someone who can benefit from what I have to offer. So if I were to break it all down, that's what it is. And I want you to start thinking right now, if you were to write anything down from this entire presentation, would be, who has my list? Out of all the people I'd want to serve, the people I want to serve the most are blank. And where do they hang out? Who are they being served by now? What other things are they interested in? Go there. There are already people who have done the podcast for years. There are people who already have the magazine articles, who have the books, who've been on the stages. They have the audience. They don't have what you have yet. And you have the ability to step in saying, I have this tremendous value I'd like to offer you and your audience. By doing that, I would love to split what we make together 50-50. They have the list, you have the value. You each have a value, which is about 50-50. And I'm going to show you how this partnership brought in quite a bit of money in a short period of time. And what I did was a joint venture. I didn't do a business partnership, which is basically signing a lot of contracts and splitting everything in the business. Half the profit and double the liability. They do something wrong, I do something wrong, we're both liable, right? A joint venture is usually for a product, a program, a very short-term idea. So it's basically you're looking at doing one thing together and then parting ways. And a great way to get into a business partnership is doing a few joint ventures to see how you like each other, how everything works out. So this case study is $131,411 in 60 days. So if you think about that, that's quite a bit of money, and actually most of that was within the first couple weeks. But I did want to show you the whole process of what happened with it. So I had a $197 program, and I sold that. It was called Mobile Video Ignition. I taught people how to shoot videos using their iPhone, how to create marketing videos and put them up on YouTube, and how to optimize them on YouTube. I did a 2-hour training webinar where I was introduced as the video marketing expert with the iPhone. I taught for a little under 2 hours, and I sold my $197 program. Now, if you think about it, $197 isn't a lot of money to many people. So if I had 250 people on the webinar, which we had, I think, 200 or a little under 200, it wasn't there. I was going to find some people who were going to be interested in what I had to offer, especially when I forwarded the value. I gave them tremendous value just by showing up for the webinar. And in that live webinar and in the replay, we sold 63 memberships, or 63 of those products at $197 each. So if we talk about gross numbers, which means before any of our expenses, it was $12,411. Now, of course, you have processing fees with PayPal and any kind of fees that you just the cost of doing business. And I do talk about that in video number 3. But right now, I want you to understand gross, $12,411. And then we did a 50% split. My partner got $6,205.50, and I got the other half. The thing I'm most proud of, one of the things I'm most proud of, is there were no refunds. So many people talk about refunds where they'll say, I got 40 to 60% refunds after a launch. A lot of times people get all hyped up and excited about a launch, and then when they realize what they've done, they stop and they say, I want my refund. I want my money back. I didn't know what I was doing. I was under the influence of people who are really good at marketing. I'm not really a marketer. I'm a teacher. I love teaching. I love sharing value with people. I love seeing the light bulb go on in people's heads saying, you mean I can do that? You mean it's possible for me to make 6 figures in a month? I didn't think it was possible. And I'm showing you exactly how I did it. So after those people bought, that's 63 people I didn't know before. And now those 63 people got on my list. So now I got a new list of 63 people who purchased something from me. What I know from them is they trusted me enough to invest $197 with me. All right? So from that, I sent each one of those 63 a welcome email. It says, important, here's your membership info. So when they clicked on that, I gave them 5 things. I said, there's 5 things I'm going to be talking about. Make sure you read through all 5. The first one I had on there, I said, first come, first serve availability. I have a strategy and implementation call. Book your call with me. And I did go into a little bit more detail. And I did say I couldn't promise this to 200 people. If 200 people show up on there, I couldn't say, by the way, anybody who buys gets time with me. I couldn't do that because there's just not enough time in the week for me to serve all those people. But in a first come, first serve basis, I could serve those 63. Okay, does that make sense? They got that email. And so this is after my commission split. This is after the split for the JV. Now I was doing something on my own. All right, so those 63 people are now on my list. They booked 21 calls. So there's 21 calls that were booked over 2 weeks, 2-week period from when they bought to at the end was about 2 weeks. Because I set up my calendar so they couldn't book more than 2 weeks out from when they purchased. And I created 2 offers. Now, something I want you to understand. This was my second JV. The first one I sold like 30. But the second one I sold 63. And I had never sold something that was more than $1,800. All right, I do stuff for free. I was doing stuff for $197, $97, and this was the first time I tried premium offers. Now, when you think about premium offers, those are in the thousands of dollars. Premium offers to premium ideal clients.
This daily podcast is all about you becoming the preeminent voice in your marketplace. So take the consistent and necessary action each and every day on what you've learned over the last few minutes. When, not if, when you're ready to take your business, your organization, your name, your brand, and your commitment to the level of preeminence, head on over to preeminence.tv where you can download your own copy of the Ultimate Guide to Preeminence. Enroll in the Elevation program and join us on one of our next live events. If you're not subscribed, simply visit iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play right now and click subscribe. Until tomorrow, make today and each and every day count towards creating preeminence in your space and a legacy that matters.